to the peoples of the world. Yahweh's coming to judge the earth and all that is there. Time is running out for the heavens and the earth. God is coming up in the place, tearing things down. What will you do? It's time to amend your ways. Pointing those fingers, get yourselves together. Learn to love one another. Don't bear no grudge. Love mercy. That's the only way to be free. So come on. This is a message to the peoples of the world. Yahweh's coming to judge the earth and all that is there. Just because you think you right, don't make you righteous. God only knows and he'll judge. Just because he's the master of all our souls. Stop pointing those fingers, get yourselves together. Learn to love one another. Don't bear no grudge. Love mercy, that's the only way to be free. This is a message to the peoples of the world. Yahweh's coming to judge the earth and all that is there. It's time to face our God and do things right. Baruch Hashem, Shel Yahweh Eloheinu, King of all our lives. Brothers and sisters, get yourselves together. Learn to love one another. Don't bear no grudge. Love mercy. That's the only way to be free. This is a message to the peoples of the world. Yahweh's coming to judge the earth and all that is there. This is a message to the peoples of the world. Yahweh's coming to judge the earth and all that is there. This is a message to the peoples of the world. This is a message to the peoples of the world. Yahweh's coming to judge the earth and all that is there. This is a message to the peoples of the world. Yahweh's coming to judge the earth and all that is there.
All right. All right. I'm back. My name is Yam Sufa Aria, and this is the Real Talk for Real People study program. While I, along with my lovely Isha Nasanya, who is the administrator of the show, a daughter of Zion, and by virtue of her comments and her commentary, lends her voice into the ethos, simply said, a hand that rocks the cradle. Our dear friend, our brother, your brother, Brother Contrio, is one of the student teachers of this program. And why do I say student teachers? Because our studies are ongoing. It should be yours. But before let me go back a minute. My lovely Isha Nasanya, unfortunately, won't be on tonight. She had some additional purposes she had to attend to. Now, she has her ears on, but she won't be able to contribute tonight. But praise the Most High, she'll be right back tomorrow. But before I introduce my dear friend and brother Cartrio, I simply like to make some contemporary remarks in regards to our nation. Zephaniah 2, verse 1, O nation undesired. Simply said, we don't have any friends, and nobody desires you. So that's why it's imperative to learn to love yourselves and one another, so you can desire each other to the extent that you learn how to gather yourselves together. Not simply to gather together, to mistreat, abuse, dominate, name call, belittle, insult, party, and so on and so forth. Have sex, so on and so forth. But a simply much more higher purpose, which is learning to gather yourselves together to do something constructive, to do something good, as in the Most High has indicated. Learn to do good. Simply say, praise Yah and bless his holy name. So without further introduction, let me introduce Brother Cartrio, my dear friend and brother from New York City. Brother Cartrio, may the Most High bless you. Your mic is hot.
Thank you, Brother Yamsuk. And most I bless you as well, my sister Nasanya, and our whole nation. Bless Yah, oh my soul, and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. You know, praise, honor, and glory to the Holy One of Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yisrael. Thanking him for his loving kindness and his tender mercies towards us. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Thank you, brother. Fellow students, here's how the format of the study will proceed tonight. I will be leading the study off in the book of Tehillim. You may be unfamiliar with this book. This is the actual name for this book, the Hebrew name. You may be much more familiar with the Greco-Roman name, Psalms, chapter 100, or Psalm 130, waiting for the redemption of Yash. Brother Cartrio, my friend, will be studying in the book of Devarim. As I previously indicated, this is the actual name for this book, not Deuteronomy. Chapter 27. The law, the law inscribed in stone, curses pronounced from Mount Ebal.
Yamsuk.
That will conclude this chapter. So,
Yamsuk.
now, yes, brother.
I'm in 26.
Oh, 26.
Yep.
Thank you, brother. I stand corrected. Thank you, Brother Carter. I stand correct. Brother Carter in Tehillim 26, offering of first fruit and tithes. And that will about conclude this chapter. Thank you, Brother Carter. The Sonia's on it. She came upstairs to point out in the studio. Well, Brother Carter is right. So, Brother Carter, you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Brother Carter. Fellow students, turn with us to Tehillim 130. The writer says, whatever is going on in this writer's life, whatever those depths may be, he's traumatized to the extent out of those depths, as we are in this universal captivity. We are in a depth, so to speak. I cried out to who? You, Yah. Oh, Yah. That's who he's seeking solutions from, as we all should be seeking solutions from. Yah. We all should be crying out from these depths in this universal captivity and crying out to Yah. He says in stanza 2, Yah, hear my voice. He didn't say it. He kind of bellowed it out. Yah, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications. A lot of us like to make supplications in his captivity to our local. national and international government. Not much will come from those supplications, kibbles and bits. But if you want the real beef, the lamb, so to speak, grab those supplications to Yah. Stanza 3, the writer says, if you, I just made reference to that, Yah, should mark my iniquities. If you, Yah, should mark my iniquities. If you should notate my iniquity. If you should underline my iniquity. If you should circle my iniquity. If you should point them out. Oh, Yah, who could stand? Not these local governments, not these national governments, not these international governments. If Yah points out your iniquities. As a matter of fact, they can't stand Isaac. Stanza 4. But there is forgiveness with you. That's why I said we should focus our attention on the Most High. Because there is forgiveness, real forgiveness in the Most High. So they said in these laws and these Americas that they forgive you. They don't forgive you. You do some time, it's right up under your sentences. You don't do the time. They mark this guy or she did that, another. But with Yah don't hold things against you. Yah blots them out. As I mentioned, not like these Americans, and certainly I suspect in these other captivities. But in real forgiveness comes from Yah. And why? Why should we look at that? Why should we focus on that? That you may be feared. And real forgiveness comes from Yah. Should we fear Yah? Case in point, yes. Should you fear these local governments, national governments, or international? No, you shouldn't. They're going to write it down. They're going to keep it in a book. Take an ex-fool's advice. Yom Suf note. Speaking from personal experience. Stanza 5. The writer says, as we all should say, who should you be waiting on? I wait for Yah. My soul waits. Our soul in the physical component and in the spiritual component should wait on Yah. Why? In his word, I do hope. That's why we study his words. And that's why we hope in Yah's word. This everlasting word. In his word, I do hope. Says in stanza 6. My soul waits for Yah. I just made mention of the spiritual component. And he gives reference, a contrasting difference, more than those who watch for the morning. Everybody seems to be watching for the morning time, a whole lot of us, right? When morning rise. He says his soul, this individual soul, watch more than all the people in the universe. That's how so intent your focus should be as far as your soul is concerned. Intently focused on Yah. He says, yes, more than those who watch for, he reiterates what he says. He said, more than those who watch for the morning. And he reiterates and said, yes, more than those who watch for the morning. And he speaks to the nations. As I speak to the nation. As Brother Cottrell speaks to the nations. As Nasanya speaks to the nation. As we should be speaking to one another. O Israel, hope in Yah. Not your local government. Not your national government. And our international government. Our hope should be in Yah. For with Yah, there's mercy. As I made mention. In these Americas, if you do the time, they're going to mark the line. It's going to always follow. But with Yah, if Yah has forgiven you, there is true forgiveness. And there's who wants to be forgiven? They say you do the time and we're going to forgive you and go about your business. But it's an anchor behind you. It's an anvil behind you. But with Yah, our Elohim, there is no anchor behind you. There's no anvil behind you. It's mercy in Yah, true mercy. And that should be your focus of attention. As I made mention, and with Yah is abundant redemption, true redemption, not something dragging behind. And he shall redeem Israel. Yes, you're looking for your 40 acres and a mule. You hadn't got it yet, have you? You're looking for a whole lot of things, but you hadn't got it, have you? But when Yah actually redeem us, it will be true redemption. And he says, not only that, from all our iniquities. A lot of you brothers and sisters out there think you're better than slice better than someone else, or brothers and sisters less than you. We're all in this together. And no one is better or less than the other. If our focus is on Yah, our attention on Yah, as far as our soul is concerned, also in conjunction with that. Because Yah, the writer says, Yah will redeem us from all our iniquities. So, no brother or sister any less or better than the other. I'm not saying keep doing what you're doing. I'm saying stop doing what you're doing and focus your attention on Yah, not the local, national, and international government. Because in Yah, there's true mercy. In Yah, there's true redemption that redeems Israel for all our iniquities. Praise Yah and bless the nation. Hallelujah. Brother Cottrell, dear friend, any comments on the commentaries?
All praise to the Holy One of Israel for the insight and the wisdom of this song. It tells us a lot. I think that we should also apply Yah's mercy, Yah's forgiving qualities in each other as well.
Yes, sir.
Because we could be hard towards one another, we could be judgmental towards one another, but ultimately Yah is the judge. So you can hold a grudge against me all your life if you want to. But if Yah has forgiven me for what I've done to you and I ask for forgiveness to you and you refuse to forgive me, but Yah does, that's all I'm worried about. Does Yah forgive me for the iniquities that I've done? And like you said, we've all done iniquity. And he says in the third verse, if you, Yah, should mark iniquities, oh Yah, who shall stand? Can anybody raise their hand and say, I'll stand? My iniquities ain't that bad. I can stand before Yah, that I don't have any iniquities. But Yah said there is forgiveness with Yah, that he may be feared. Because Yah could destroy the whole earth for the iniquities that we do. But he doesn't, because he's merciful. And what's at stake is our soul. And the writer knows that. He says, I wait for Yah. My soul does wait. In spite of what's going all around me, in spite of man's lack of forgiveness and mercy, I know that you are merciful, Yah, that you forgive, and that my soul depends on you. Praise Yah. And bless his holy name.
Thank you, brother.
One more thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Brother, I just got off the phone with, he was asking me about the Shabbat. He's like,
Right.
What happens when you got to work and feed your family, but it's the Shabbat? So I asked him, what did the Most High tell Moses to tell Pharaoh? And he told me, he told Moses to tell Pharaoh to let my son go, even my firstborn Israel, that he may serve me. In other words, we can't serve Yah while we're in captivity. So if it's a need to feed your family and you in this captivity, you need to do what you have to do to feed your family. It's not like we're in our land and we control regulations and you just violate the Shabbat when everybody else is observing the Shabbat. We're in a land where they don't care nothing about the Shabbat or your survival. So it's when Yah redeems us, meaning takes us back as his property, that we can actually serve him the proper way. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. I agree with you 150%, brother. And you know what, Brother Cottrell? You were making mention of people with inequities. When your brother and your sister come to you and to seek forgiveness, you should forgive. You should stretch out for your brothers and your sisters. Because, you know, unfortunately, Brother Carter, we stretch out too much for the enemies, but we won't even bend over backwards for one another. And that's a travesty. I always said, Brother Carter, people got skeletons in their closet. I got the whole cemetery in mind. I'm trying to get rid of the cemetery in mind. So I don't look down on either one of my brothers and sisters. Or either one of my brothers and sisters come to me, I'm going to wholeheartedly show them love. I'm going to stretch out for my brothers and sisters. But, Brother Carter, unfortunately, we've been socially engineered and conditioned where we have been over backwards for the slave masters. We won't step 1 inch for one another. It's unfortunate, Brother Carter.
No, but that's something we could change, right?
Yes.
It's within our power to change that, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is.
Is y'all looking for us to change that within ourselves?
Yes, sir, it is.
So we have no excuses because we're reading y'all's word. And if we don't do it, then you're just not being humble. You're just being hard-headed, stiff-necked, and stubborn, which is what our people are: hard-headed, stiff-necked, and stubborn. But y'all's mercy.
Yes,
Yes.
brother. Yes. That's certainly the case there, my friend.
People have
Brother Carter.
people had
What's up,
grudges
my
with my
brother?
father. Yeah, people had grudges with my father that they
Right.
hold against me and my brothers to this
Are you
day.
kidding me, bro?
No, I'm not. Talking about Israelites. It don't make no sense. But that's them. We don't have no grudges. No grudges to hold against anyone. And your spirit and your soul should be clear just like that.
Yep.
Because if you
Especially when
want
your brother.
forgiveness, you
Right.
definitely should forgive people.
Yes, sir.
If you want it, you should give it.
Yes, sir. I agree with you wholeheartedly, my friend. Brother, but that's the case. If they want to make corrections, you allow them the latitude to make corrections. Because the Most High allows us the latitude, Brother Carter, to make correction. That's why I said I don't try to think myself better than any one of my brothers and sisters, because you know they may have a few skeletons, but Yamsuf got the whole cemetery. And so I just try to show the love. If they come to me, Yamsuf gonna show them love. Thank you, Brother Carter.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Fellow student, as I promised, my dear friend, Brother Carter will be concluding the studies tonight in the book of Devarim, chapter 26, offering of first fruits and tithes. Thank you, Brother Carter. You have the mic, brother. May the Most High continue to give you wisdom, understanding, and humility. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Brother Yamsuf. May the Most High hear your words, take it to heart, and execute based on what you said. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah, brother.
For us all, remember his love for our nation and our people. And the book of Devarim, written by the prophet Moshe, chapter 26, continues to instruct the children of Israel that came out of Mizraim. And he says to them, and it shall be when you come in unto the land of Canaan, which Yah your Elohim gives you for an inheritance. The land of Canaan is our inheritance, and you possess it and dwell therein. That you shall take of the first of all the first fruit of the earth. That's usually around the springtime when you get your peaches, your watermelon, your plums, and grapes, and all that kind of stuff, the cherries, which you shall bring of your land that Yah your Elohim gives you. And remember, back in them days, it took 2 men to carry 1 cluster of grapes, and shall put it in a basket. That basket had to be pretty big. And shall go in unto the place where Yah your Elohim shall choose to place his name there. And we know that's Jerusalem on Mount Zion. And you shall go unto the priest that shall be in those days and say unto him, I profess this day unto Yah your Elohim that I am come unto the country which Yah sware unto our fathers to give us. And the priest shall take the basket out of your hand and set it down before the altar of Yah your Elohim. And I was just talking about that. We can't do these laws because we're not in our own land. How are we going to serve Yah this way if we're not in our own land? And you shall speak and say before Yah your Elohim, a Syrian ready to perish was my father. And he went down into Mizraim and sojourned there a few and became there a nation, great, mighty, and populous. When they say Assyrian, they're talking about Yaakov, Jacob. our father Yisrael, calls him Assyrian here. And Mizraim's evil entreated us and afflicted us and laid upon us hard bondage. And we cried unto Yah Elohim of our fathers. Ain't that what we just read in the Psalms, the book of Tehillim? Anytime our people get into trials and tribulations, the first thing we're supposed to do is cry out to the Elohim of our fathers. And what happens? Yah heard our voice and looked on our affliction and our labor and our oppression. And Yah brought us forth out of Mizraim with the mighty hand, with the outstretched arm, with great terribleness, put terror on Mizraim, and with signs and with wonders. And he brought us up unto this place, has given us this land, even a land that flows with milk and honey. And now, behold, I have brought the first fruits of this land that you've given us as an inheritance, which you, Yah, have given us, have given me. And you shall set it before Yah, your Elohim, and worship before Yah, your Elohim. That's the formula. In our land, the produce of our land, the first fruits of our land, we bring it before Yah. And you shall rejoice in every good thing which Yah, your Elohim, has given you, and unto your house, you and the Levite and the stranger that is among you. Got to share with everybody. And when you have made an end of tithing, not the kind of tithe in the church where you give it your life savings, and all the tithes of the increase of the third year, every 3 years, which is the tithing, the year of tithing, every 3 years, and have given it unto the Levite, which you're supposed to do with the tithe? Give it to the Levite. Give it to the stranger. You give the tithe to the fatherless. You give the tithe to the widow. In church, they taking money from these people. They're taking it from the stranger. They take it from the fatherless. They're taking money, tithes, they call it, from the widow, that they may eat within your gates and be filled. The tithe is for the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow to eat. Then you shall say before Yah, your Elohim, I brought away the hallowed things out of my house. These things you put away, you save them until the time that you bring them up. So they're hallowed. Nobody touches them once you put them away. And what are they for?
Third year.
Right.
That's the third year.
What are they for?
They're for the
Levite,
stranger, the Levites, the stranger, the fatherless, the widow, and so that they may eat within your gates.
We didn't have a welfare system, did we?
No, we didn't. We took care
Everybody-
of one another.
Absolutely. So it says, then you shall say before Yah, your Elohim, I brought away the hallowed things out of my house, and also have given them to the Levite, and unto the stranger, and to the fatherless, and to the widow. You got to do it. You can't just bring it. These are actions we have to take, right? According to all you commanded, which you have commanded us. I have not transgressed your commandments, neither have I forgotten them. I think we've forgotten them, haven't we, Yamsu?
Yes, sir. We certainly have, brothers.
Matter of fact, we've twisted them to the Levite, the stranger, the fathers, and the widow are giving tithe to the preacher now. Because he want to buy a 300,000, 800,000 private jet.
Mm-hmm.
I have not eaten thereof in my morning, the stuff that I put away for the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow. Neither have I taken away aught thereof for any unclean use, nor given aught thereof for the dead. But I have hearkened to the voice of Yahweh Elohim, and have done according to all that you have commanded me. Look down from your holy habitation from heaven, and bless your people Yisrael, and the land which you have given us, as you swear unto our fathers, a land that flows with milk and honey. And in this,
My dear
yes,
friend, here's what they don't seem to garner, Brother Contra. All these things are connected. The people, the land. And so if you take out one
and the Most High.
equation, right, and the Most High, you take out one equation, you got a problem.
Not only that, this individual prayer, I'm going to start from 14. Look how he includes the whole nation. Watch.
Right.
I have not eaten thereof in my morning, neither have I taken away aught thereof. Every Israelite has to say this of any unclean use, nor given aught thereof for the dead. That's what each and every one of us have to say before Yah. But I have hearkened to the voice of Yah, my Elohim, and have done according to all that you have commanded me. Now watch this. Look down from your holy habitation from heaven and do what? Bless your people, Yisrael. Every man in Israel has to say this. Every man. Bless your people, Israel, and the land which you have given us, as you swore unto our fathers, a land flowing with milk and honey. You see how that prayer ended?
Exactly.
Not individually, but collectively.
Yes, sir.
Because this day, Yah, your Elohim, have commanded you to do these statutes and judgments, which we can't do in this captivity every 3 years.
Just like you mentioned to the brother.
That's right. You shall therefore keep and do them with all your heart and with all your soul. And even though you want to do it with all your heart and soul, guess what? You can't do it. You have avouched Yah to Yah this day to be your Elohim, yes, and to walk in his ways and to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and to hearken unto his voice. And if we did, it would help everybody in the nation, wouldn't it?
Certainly, my brother. It certainly would.
And the stranger that's amongst us, because he got to eat too. And Yah has avouched you today to be what? Not like everybody else. It's peculiar. We don't want to be like everybody else. Matter of fact, we're not like everybody else. Everybody else ain't got soul like we got soul. Or we used to have soul, but we lost it trying to be like other people.
Exactly.
His peculiar people, as he promised, not just as he said, but this is a promise that Yah has made to us as a nation, as a people. We are his peculiar people. In other words, we look different in his eyes than all the other nations on planet Earth. And that you should keep all his commandments. If we did that, we will be outstanding. And to make you high, here it is, above all nations. High above who? And how many? Nations. Which he have made. Who made the nations?
Yah did.
Okay, so he's in control of them too. In praise, which we ain't now, because we at the bottom. They calling us all kind of stuff. And in name, you know, they got all kind of names for us. They do not honor us. And that you may be a holy people. That's the goal. That's the aim. That's the ultimate destiny, that we as a nation will be considered a holy people unto Yah. Forget about the other nations, our Elohim, because he's the judge, as he has spoken. Not the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Peter, Paul, and Mary, and anybody else and their cousin. We listen to the word of Yah. And Yah saying he's going to make the nation of Israel, his peculiar nation, a holy people, high above all nations. These are Yah's words, not our words. Praise Yah and bless his holy name.
Praise Yah and bless his holy name. That concludes the study from the Everlasting Testament. But I would be negligent if I didn't mention this so-called new thing. Christianity in Americas. Reformation meets counter-reformation. The evangelizing success in a new world and a flood of newfound wealth in Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian coffers, Romans, galvanized the campaign that is often referred as the Catholic Counter-Reformation. For more than 1,000 years, Europe had enjoyed a unique culture and spiritual solidarity under the sign of the Latin cross, Roman cross. Surely, such a remarkable unity as the advent of universal white race supremacy. Surely such a remarkable unity should not be discarded lightly. And in the early 16th century, many secular and spiritual leaders were still hoping that a European split along the lines of faith could be averted. They want to be consolidated together. That's why they got this mini splendid movie going on, Iron and Clay. At last, attempts to broker a reconciliation failed. The Catholic Church decided that the Protestant Reformation could not be curbed by force of reason. It would be fought by the power of the sword. Come on now. Well, you can expect that from the Greco-Romans and their offspring, universal white race supremacy. But many Catholic prelates realized that the church ought first to be put its own house in order. Only a unified church, convinced of its purpose and revitalized by theological clarity, could stem the expanding wave of the Reformation. The result was the Council of Trent, which convened in 1545. In many ways, created the Catholic Church as we know today. Soon after, religious warfare erupted in France, which shortly engulfed all of Europe in the 30-Year War, the most destructive conflict on the continent prior to the 20th century. Everybody wanted to be the great universal white race supremacy. They want to consolidate. So they went to war, 30-Year War. In the midst of this religious upheaval, the age of discovery gained fresh impetus. The new trading superpower of Britain and Holland advanced the religious conflict in their colonies, in direct competition with Catholic Spain, thus laying the foundation for the Christian movement of modern America. The religious wars. In 1541, 6 theologians, 3 Catholic and 3 Protestant, met the request of Charles V of Spain. Their goal was to prevent a permanent split of the church and create a framework for reconciliation that Charles considered himself authorized to rule on this matter shows the tremendous influence that the Spanish Emperor wielded in the mid-16th century. Now he's guiding the church. Okay, all right. Y'all see what that's about. The parley fell because of the tentative compromise, which was rejected by Martin Luther and the College of Cardinals. Its failure doomed the cause of the radical reform movement within Catholicism. It's also launched the Reformation based on the theological groundwork developed by the Council of Trent. The Council of Trent, meeting in 25 sessions between 1545 and 1563. The council's primary aim was to refute many of the doctrinal claims made by the Lutherans and the Calvinists in the preceding decades. Thus, the 7 Catholic sacraments, baptism, Eucharist, confirmation, reconciliation, anointing of the sick, marriage, and the holy orders were formally declared to be valid instructions of grace. The church, not the layman, remained the ultimate arbiter in the interpretation of their scriptures. Our idea of clergy being able to marry was firmly rejected. The state of celibacy was upheld. They couldn't get married. They had to mess with the little boys. To ensure enforcement of these doctrinal tenets, a new Latin liturgy was adopted and became known as the Tridentine Mass. The rite would remain in place until the Second Vatican Council in 1962. Conflict in France. In 1560, there were more than 2,000 Protestant churches on French soil. Tension between French Protestant and predominantly Calvinists, known as Huguenots, and Catholics continued to grow. Reflected in the conflicting ambitions of the Bourbons and the Guise faction within France's royal dynasty. The tension erupted in 1562. the outbreak of first of the two French wars of religion. You know they had a war of religion in France, didn't you? Now you know. 10 years later, during the wedding of Catholic Marguerite de Valois to Protestant Prince Henry III of Navarre, a group of 10 Huguenot nobles were assassinated. The killings led to a wholesale slaughter of Huguenots by Catholic mobs in what became known as the St. Bartholomew Day of Massacre. More violence ensued until Henry of Navarre ascended the French throne in 1594 as King Henry. We know about him. The Reformation continues, with Catholicism remained in firm control of southern and eastern Europe, including France and southern Germany, as well as Poland, Hungary, Bohemia. The Reformation consolidated its position in Scandinavian lands, northern Germany and Holland and Scotland, 1559. A clergyman and notary name is John Knox, 1513 through 1572, initiated a Protestant Reformation among Calvinist lines, which was embraced by the Scottish nobility. That led to the Kirk, or Reformed Church of Scotland, also known as the Presbyterian Church. Meanwhile, the Dutch Republic will become a beacon of tolerance despite its Calvinist foundations. Huguenots and even so-called Jews from Spain and Portugal found a safe haven in Holland. In Denmark, King Frederick I, 1523 to 1533, closed a number of monasteries and actively abetted the growth of National Dutch Lutheran Church. Swedish King Gustav I Vasa, 1523 through 1560, also broke away from Rome to establish an independent Lutheran Church of Sweden. Finland and Norway developed Lutheran churches as well. The 30-Year War. In 1618, the religious friction finally erupted in the 30-Year War, 1618 through 1648, between Catholic and Protestant states. One of the most destructive conflicts ever fought on Europe's soil. The devastation was unprecedented. Up to 40% of the population in German lands died. In some regions, the male population was reduced by fully one half, a result of military action and consequential famine, disease, and malnutrition. Peace was finally concluded in 1648, but many regions would take more than a century to recover. That concludes that right now, that new stuff. All right, Brother Cartier, any comments on the commentary?
As you're reading Yam Suf, I was thinking about Walt Disney and his creation of Disneyland and Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and Goofy, and people going over the war over that. You're talking about the New Testament with so many different doctrines, theologians, councils coming out of it. And we know that Europeans aren't religious at all.
No. It's like economic control, Brother Cartier.
Basically.
Pushed by universal white race supremacy.
Territorial, mineral, people control. That's what they were really using it for. Because none of it,
that's what it is.
None of it is the word of the Most High at all. No. Everything you're reading, there's not a word of Yah in it at all.
No.
It's just the minds of men. And we see what they start wars on, based on.
Exactly. Religion. And to be in control of those religions so they can control people's mind and their pockets.
Man-made theologies.
Yes.
That don't come from the Most High.
It certainly is, Brother Cartier. It certainly is. Thank you, dear friend. Well, fellow students, it's been an honor for Brother Cartier and I, a humble honor for Brother Cartier and I to assist you in these studies. As elders, as all elders should be doing, to some extent, shape, form, and fashion, instructing the nation by way of the Most High Word, not just New Madness, Alice in Wonderland, and Disneyland. No, not that. As far as Brother Cartier and I, we can do no more in this regard as far as Yah Word is concerned. It's imperative, students, that you do something for yourselves. As the writer in Tehillim said, focus your attention on the Most High. Focus your sole attention on the Most High. Not your local, national, and international government. Because therein lies your solutions. The Most High Word. The Most High Word alone. Praise Yah. Study that Word. Rely on that Word. Clean to that Word. Get your soul clean to that Word. And most importantly, students, let the Most High Word direct your steps and light your pathways. Because it certainly will. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it'll be revealing. Praise the Most High. Because you know what, fellow students? I know by way of this new thing they've told you. If you believe in the everlasting thing, you're 666, you the devil, you evil. Don't believe in poppycock. Don't believe in fairy tales. Don't believe in Alice in Wonderland. Don't believe in Disneyland. It's all designed, this new thing, to control economics, control resources, and control the minds of men and women. That's what it's designed for. It's always been designed for, but not the Most High Word. The Most High Word is enlightening, it's emboldening, it's refreshing, and it directs and order your steps. It works, simply said, fellow students, brothers and sisters, if you're working. Praise Yah and bless His holy name. So without further ado, I will make my shaloms and good nights, and I will ask my dear friend, Brother Cartier, to close us out for the night. Fellow students, strangers, we pray that the Most High give you wisdom, delight, and understanding. And most importantly, students, that He give you humility. May the Most High bless you. Shalom and good night. Brother Cartier, you have the mic.
Praise Yah and bless His holy name. Shalom and good night, family.
You heard my brother. Shalom and good night.
Wisdom as unit 7
I was out there in the wilderness, yeah, on the streets of Babylon. People rushing, doing wicked now. Made me wish that I was home in Israel. The king of Babylon sits upon his throne, trying to make us all his fools. Always tempting to do unrighteousness. He wanna make us break our rules. I really wonder, will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom. God gave us wisdom, and that's without a doubt. When He taught us all His laws, people rushing, doing foolish now. Now it seems that we are lost. I love your wisdom. Won't you stay with me? Hold me in your arms so tight, with all your might. That's Lucifer, will get you that for sure. Hold on to wisdom, that's your life. Oh,
Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Oh Lord, wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, wisdom. Will I see you in the early morning once again? Oh Lord, oh Lord. I need to go with you. Oh, talking about wisdom. In the morning when I rise, will you still be by my side? Will you hold me in your arms? Will you rock me? In the morning when I rise, will you still be by my side? Will you hold me in your arms? Will you rock me? Wisdom, will you rock me? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you care for me? Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Oh, in the morning when I rise, will you still be by my side? Will you hold me in your arms? Will you rock me? Wisdom, will you rock me? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you care for me? Wisdom, wisdom. Oh, in the morning when I rise, will you still be by my side? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you hold me? Hold me? Wisdom, will you love me? Will you hold me? Will you care for me? Hold me, love me. Wisdom, will I see you in the early morning once again? What's a good thing in life? Will I see you in the early morning by my side? Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, will I see you in the early morning once again? Will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, will I see you in the early morning once again? Wisdom, will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you rock me? Will you side me? Will you hold me? Will you love me? Will you care for me? Wisdom.